Hello, good morning, and welcome to this edition of your Sunday Special, the Sunday show on Africa Independent Television, AIT. The long list of challenges facing Nigerians and its citizens have, over time, been ascribed to poor leadership qualities of those at the helm of affairs, mostly for their inability to formulate good policies and implement them effectively when finally formulated. While successive governments at all levels claim they have the strategies to do better than their predecessors, the reality on ground continues to appear different. For how long can a nation continue in this line? What factors are possible for the persistent hardship faced by millions of Nigerians? Will the introduction of more women or the younger generation into leadership positions make the desired difference? These are some of the questions we shall be seeking their answers in this edition of the program. But before we unveil the topic for you, our esteemed viewer, let us welcome Michael and Makwin Joseph. Good morning and good to have you.
How has your week been?
Beautiful.
You enjoyed it, right?
Yes.
Well, the challenges are still
We're
there.
buying heavenly petrol. Yeah.
All right, let's just keep trying because I know that things will be better.
Amen.
I pray so.
Amen.
All right, good morning. I salute you, the resilient citizen of this beloved country, Nigeria. Government policies and programs continue to look good on paper and sound very nice when delivered by those in authority or their agents. Unfortunately, what many Nigerians witness most times are on the contrary. And typical examples are the delay in the implementation of the agreed minimum wage of 2024 by many states of the Federation, and what is seemingly an irreversible continuous rise in the cost of goods and services. For instance, a United Nations World Food Programme studies projected that 33.1 million Nigerians will be pushed into food insecurity in 2025 due to economic hardship, the climate crisis and violence in the Northeast, and some of these issues and realities elicit the question, are there things that could be done differently?
Perhaps there are. But then again, how sure are we that when we explore a new approach to doing things, same approach will not be compromised and tainted with corruption and other factors that have continued to hamper meaningful development across the country? For many years and within Africa, particularly Nigeria, the debate over giving the women folk more opportunities to take up leadership positions have continued to resonate. One may ask, is this advocacy valid considering the fact that some women who had had the opportunity to lead in various capabilities and levels had at some point been found wanting? Well, this takes us to the discussion for the day, talking about women in leadership positions, the challenges and prospects.
Well, that's right. It's about that time when we take an in-depth look into the clamor for more women in leadership positions and perhaps all the baggages that come with it. We shall be engaging our guests very soon after we had taken our minds back to those issues that made the news during the week, and perhaps hear what Nigerians on the streets are saying concerning women in leadership.
It is that time we've all been waiting for. We now have with us the Federal Commissioner representing the good people of Enugu at the Federal Character Commission. Honorable Dr. Mrs. Ginika Florence Tor, LMB, LMM. That is Master-in-Law. Your resume, quite rich. All of us have to go back to school, it's important. It has really been a long time coming, and we are glad we can have this conversation with you at this time. Welcome to the Sunday Show on AIT. It's still the Sunday Show on Africa Independent Television, AIT. It is now time to talk, our discussion this morning. And interview section, yes, whatever you choose to call it, we're here. And we have a very special person. But before then, I have my colleague with me, McQueen Joseph. Once again, I say welcome.
Yes, it's time to talk the talk.
Yes,
And
it is time to speak or
I
spark.
am a man blessed among women.
Oh, that's it, and that's all. All right, welcoming you once again, everyone. And I have the privilege this morning to bring to you our one and only. She is a federal commissioner representing the good people of Enugu at the Federal Character Commission, Honorable Dr. Mrs. Ginika Florence Tor, LLB, LLM. That is barrister-in-law. The CV is rich.
Yeah.
You're very welcome. I pulled
Thank
you out
you.
today.
You tried.
Now me fit.
But I'm here.
Thank you.
You had to pull her out.
You
of
have
her-
always been a
Yes,
media
sir.
person. So
Yes.
anytime we just say,
Any day,
Biao,
I'll be ready.
we are here.
Especially
Thank you
for
so
women.
much. So this morning we are looking at women in leadership, and you are in a leadership position, a commissioner. Huh?
Federal
So,
Commissioner, please
yes,
make it
not
right.
just, yes, that's it. That's the word, federal commissioner. So how has the journey been?
Well, it's not been easy, but what we do, we keep speaking out for the right thing to be done. We keep advocating for inclusion of women with passion, with humanitarian attributes. You know, we can't give up. So I wouldn't say it's been easy, and I wouldn't say it's totally bad, because however you look at it, it's also a platform where I've been given opportunity to also speak out. So if I'm not given opportunity to do my work, but at least my mouth is allowed to speak. And when my mouth speaks is to say things should be done, you know, in advancement of our country, in ensuring that the common man is not marginalized, ensure inclusivity of women, especially for today, you said for politics, in politics, you know, so it's not been easy, but it's fine. We are there, and we keep pushing.
Yeah, good to have you. Welcome once again.
Thank you.
Yes, and you are one person when everybody didn't believe in Mr. President. You carried him like gala. You were all over the place, conventional media, social media, you were everywhere. Tell me about it.
Well,
What did you say in him?
what I see in him then, I still see it in now, regardless.
Okay.
You know, I see in him a man who is at this time ready to change the narrative. And in trying to do that, it won't be easy either. You'll be misunderstood, things won't go well. I always say there's no gain without pain, you know, but for me, when I took on during the campaign to advocate for Mr. President, through my group, Igbo Kwenu for Asiwaju Shetima, which didn't only include women, but men. And we went to the 36 states and FCT. We also advocated in our different, and we went home and voted. And after the vote, we in Enugu, from Enugu, for example, we didn't make so much vote, but I lay claim on the little they got. Because if everyone had done what I did, would have made more. You know, so I did all of that, and I have no regret. Regardless, my group are not happy though, because they can't believe that after all the risk we took, all the using our money, we didn't collect money from anybody. Nobody in this government that will say they gave us money to do the work we did. We did it within ourselves. So they are still surprised that not even a person has been given appointment among us for all that even a dead person could attest to it that we did. Instead, as a woman, I believe that women don't even need to do much to be included. But as a woman doing much and yet not included is not right, however. But we still believe that things will go better. We are hopeful that at the end of the day, at the end of the tunnel, they say there's light. So I still see that, and I'm still ready at any point in time to still push him to see until Nigeria begin to experience what will make us command national loyalty.
All right, let's talk about challenges, because there are times where we see women trying to support themselves, or a woman coming out to vie for a political position, and the same women will want to bring that particular woman down.
Yeah,
We talk about women supporting women.
Women, yeah.
Where is that challenge coming from?
It's coming from us women. I always say that until we affirm ourselves as women, even 10% affirmative action will never come to fruition. Because we have 4.99% of votes, and we are always there voting. Where do we put our votes? We give it to the men and we'll come and cry. Do you understand? And for those who, in one way or the other, found themselves in position of authority as women, what are they doing to lift other women up? The thing is, when they get there, they forget you. Because you won't tell me that the women that saw me on the street working with them, if they go to the president and tell him, remember that Igbo Kwenu Fashiwaju Setima woman, that he won't listen. But because they don't want to, they will not do it. Because they think they're already there. So they don't need another. So most times I hear women, like I see some pages, you see a woman say, I'm the only woman in maybe Delta State, I'm the only woman in the midst of men. Such things shouldn't be coming from us women. It will make you never to lift a woman, because you are enjoying the fact that men are 20, you are one in the middle. But as a woman, I know friends like Mary Coco, or myself, or very few of us, who will be somewhere, and once they're alone, you start hearing us shout, hey, this is not balanced though. We are the one there, but we want others to join as women, so that we can have more number. So until we begin to affirm ourselves, we cannot get there. Okay, in position of authority, like where I am in Federal Character Commission, when we got in there, I saw a woman as chairman. I did a lot of publication in her favor. I have proof. I was supporting her, pushing, fighting against racketeer, writing her name, thinking she has come to change the narrative. But as time goes on, I saw that she's not ready. So sometimes they just say they have given you women. What kind of woman have you given us? You gave us somebody who do not have passion for others, who want to subject people to ridicule, who do not want people to do their job as a woman. And then once you speak out, they say you are fighting a woman. I don't see anything, me, when you see me in politics, I don't see myself as a woman. I see myself as man, woman put together. So you will never hear things like, is it because I'm a woman? Like in Enugu State, the people who didn't work for the president, like the Minister of Innovation, Uche Nnaji, he never worked. They even said I was gallivanting up and down. He's a man. Nobody saw him mention the president during his campaign in Guba. Nobody saw him put him in a signboard, but they gave him minister. Didn't say anything. Leave me alone. No. What they did, they went on air, on TVC. They said they have expelled me from the party, suspended me from the APC that I beat, that they were not even a member. They were just given opportunity. I didn't condemn the appointment, so why look for me? So what did I do? I didn't say I'm a woman. I divided the party into two, took one. One of the ESCO, they are my members now, went to court to remove the chairman because he was not part of our members. So I didn't go cry, I'm a woman, no, I'm a woman. No, I did what the men can do because that's why I'm in politics. Nevertheless, I asked myself, at the point I was doing this fighting, how many women came out to say,
that is the
this
issue.
woman was on the street for the president. Why are these men fighting her? Nobody did. So I just fight my team. Then you now hear things like the people within the government come back to tell you, hey, they are not giving you appointments because they say you speak out too much. So as you are speaking out too much, in case they bring you better, you speak. I said, but they were enjoying my speaking out when I was all over, talking, fighting for the government. They were enjoying that voice for themselves. But when it's time to give me what is due to me, you now see me, as I say, I'll keep speaking because I can't change from who I am to somebody else. So women should always learn to speak out, but not in all spheres. So there are things a woman will come and say that to me does not make sense either. But when you are fighting, fight legitimately, have your proof, fight for your rights, and then when it's time to calm. When it's time to involve emotional intelligence, fine. Meanwhile, we talk about women in leadership. Our women that are in leadership in this country, I can say some of them I know are great, pulling women. So many of them are not. That is why we have low representation. Look at Rwanda. Look at some countries that have good representation of women. If you go, have we done anything here that will bring them in or visit them to find out how they were able to get to that level? And if you tell me, if I tell you the truth, they were involving each other. as women. They were passionate about women inclusion. They were not ready to do all this pepper them style of, I am the only woman in the midst of men in this place. You don't even need to say it because it's a shame. You shouldn't have been the only woman.
You made mention of speaking out when it matters.
Yes.
Not just speaking out. Speaking out when it matters.
When it matters. When it makes
now,
sense.
when the women begin to change the narrative and begin to look inwards, just as you rightly put, don't you think it will pull a lot of storm in the political trajectory in Nigeria?
I don't understand what you mean by it will pull. It depends on what they are coming out to speak on.
Definitely.
It depends on what they are coming out to speak.
When they are coming out to speak rightly, as you said.
Yeah, it will add more people. We will have more inclusion because it means that the government or the men also will begin to understand that these women are working in the right direction and they have what it takes for us to move the country forward. So they are speaking to be included so they can add their own quota. You know, women has got a lot to contribute to the betterment of the country. But the problem is those who are now appointing. Who are you appointing? Are you appointing somebody? You appoint somebody who was in sugar circle, selling sugar and rice to come and be federal character
Square
chairman?
pegs and round holes.
Do you understand? So
Okay.
what result are you expecting to get by appointing? Is it by buying appointments? Are we buying the appointment? Because if we are not buying the appointment, there are people that has got the technical know-how, the capacity, the tenacity, the assertiveness to get things right and command national loyalty. Where did you put them? You say they are talking. What are they talking about? For the common man to be remembered. Passion for humanity is what will lift this country to the next level.
Yeah, very well said. If you discover, you look at all the State House of Assembly, you see very few women. You look at National Assembly, House of Rep, and of course the Senate. It's still the same thing we're saying. Very few women. How did we get here? But the fact that we are today advocating that more women should be brought on board to better the nation. Some persons are asking, those times women were added and at the end of the day they were found wanting. What are your thoughts? Like some persons who were appointed some time ago as ministers, as other positions. And at the end of the day, they found themselves putting their hand into
putting their hands inside oil.
Of course, of course.
I didn't want to use all the word in my head.
I know. Touching where they're not supposed to touch.
Exactly. And today now we're advocating for more women to come.
The same women are touching where they're not supposed to touch. Understand? Now, but I just said something before now. That who are those women?
Women.
At what level did you look at their credibility?
These are very educated women too.
Their credibility matters too.
Education is different from credibility.
Are they where you are yes, where you are putting them? Do you think they suit that place, or you just want to be appointing by settlement or by cash
affirmative
and carry?
action?
Do you understand? If you are talking of affirmative action, there are people, they know that these people will represent well. I'm not saying there's any saint anywhere.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But you see people work and eat. Nobody will go to look at what they have eaten. They look at the work they have done. Chop. So nobody is saying that when you get to a position, you are going to fold your hand. No. You are in that position, meaning to whom much is given, much is expected. People are also expected. You are in politics. You want to go back home and pay dues and all of that. But don't overdo this and don't put your hand where it will affect the country or where it will affect the common man.
And your reputation too.
And your reputation too. So these people know the people they are putting there. They know these things. It's not like they don't know. And then for women, I keep telling them, some of you that you have been put in position of authority, stop giving us bad luck. Some of us are still here waiting. Because Federal Character Commission is just like collecting salary, 810 every month. That is not what I used to go to 36 states. It means I cook, I do catering, so I'm working too hard.
We know you.
Are you getting it? So,
we know
so
you.
please don't block the road for others.
Yes, but
do the needful, do the right thing.
Yeah,
when you are put there, work. Some of you want to make billions. You want to attract sickness for yourself. What is reasonable for you and your family is what you need. All these things are piling up. What are you going to do?
This does not go to the women alone. It has to go to the men too.
Well, we are here for women because we should set a good example. We
Yes.
are the wife, we are the mother, we are the sisters, we are everything.
We are the home.
In fact, these days we are even almost husband. Do you understand? Because women are working so hard now.
Can you expatiate
I say these days, women, some women are even husband. In all ramification. It's
okay,
true.
today we have
It's true.
ladies at the corporate world. We have bank managers. We have top women in captain
And
of
some- and
industries.
and some women are
So
even
how come?
breadwinners.
Yes. How come it's only in politics that women seem to be relegated? Because in the banking industry, you see a lot of women. I don't want to mention their
Yeah,
names
we
because
have a
they are
lot.
not bringing
Yeah.
their adverts.
We
Yeah.
have
So,
a
and
lot
of
of
course,
them.
there's so many
Doing well.
companies all over Nigeria. You have women at the top.
Okay, see.
Why is politics different?
Yeah. See, politics the way it is, you talk about political interference. That political interference issue. Now, public sector, they want results. They are not interested in your effort. That is, you will use the eyes of the banking sector now to see what I just said about women being tenacious, being assertive, and even credible at the same time. The private sector make use of
The very best.
The best. Because they need results. You don't expect a bank to come and give a man just because he's a man, when a woman can bring results. Are you getting what I'm saying? So you now see more women there because what they are doing now is like where they are using us. Let me put it that way. They want to use it to continue to make impact and make more money. But here, it is political. And you know, again, in politics, a lot of what they call contests. And women are not really all out to do what the men are doing. And then that's why I said that 5% may be difficult because you can't come to Enugu now and say we must have a female governor is a must. No. The people decide who they want to. So that's why when you are in politics as a woman, you now need to, be strong as a man. And then look for money, work hard, get money, and push in so that people recognize you. Do the needful. Let the people love you. They will vote for you when the time comes. Do you understand? So that's why it's that way.
From the look of things, if we look deep or look deeper, I think women tend to even do more to achieve their present positions. What I'm trying to say is where the men will work 50% of 25%, the woman will have to work 50% to be recognized.
That's true.
Or even be thought of giving the position.
That is the area where that affirmative action is required, so that you can have an avenue to have more women through that seamless means, because they have to work more to achieve. I just gave an example of myself. The whole world saw me on the street. Nobody saw Uche Nnaji. He didn't work at all. You say 50%. The man did not do 5%. They gave him minister. Me, I almost killed myself in the process. Yes, I was almost killed now. Yes. Because I was all over.
I saw every of those videos.
They almost killed me. When Obi came out and spoke against the president, I was the only one who did a press conference over 5 million naira with my money and my group. We were there. It was in the open. You people were there. I raised everybody, and we spoke in favor of the president. That how can you tell a president to come and reintroduce himself? All of that we did. Yes, and I'm a woman, and I still suffer. So that's why I don't want to see myself as a woman. So they are seeing me as a man. Let me remain like that. When God decides to remember me, fine. Because you just said it. I've worked 100% and over. I am not even recognized by them. Somebody who even insulted them and worked for Obi, I have proof. They gave you. So it means next time, we'll learn better.
Anyway, we're looking at having more women in leadership positions.
But that shouldn't discourage the women.
Of course.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I was going to say that.
Well, I say it shouldn't discourage the women. They should look at me as a story for them, or as a model. If they call me a role model, fine. For them, that regardless of all this put together, did I leave I want to say AIT?
Yes.
You know AIT, I think my AIT,
yes.
the people's world.
Of course.
The best television station ever.
Thank
the television station that can recognize the small and the big. Some of us grew up this way.
You discovered that a lot of women are in top positions in AIT.
So AIT has always spoken and always given us avenues and all of that. So now, I didn't leave APC because that's the first party I joined, and I've remained in it. I cannot allow, like Uga Bara, the chairman, who just came in and he wasn't a member, and was given the chairman of the APC. I can't allow him to chase me away. Do you understand? So women, learn to be assertive, learn to be tenacious, and be humble. Do not let it get into your head. Don't insult the men. You can always persuade them, not for you to roll on the floor, but keep your mind, keep your vision going. Find the right circle. Don't be discouraged. We will get there. Should I, Guinea, cannot leave the party, and I did not agree that I'm suspended. If that I suspended, is suspended. You
Now,
cannot
let's come
suspend the
back.
suspender.
You're talking more of politics.
Yeah.
Let's come back to really talking about
Leadership.
women in leadership. Now you've actually spoken your heart, and I hope that those who are supposed to listen are already listening. You are advocating for more women to come on board as leaders in leadership positions, as senators, House of Rep members.
And
What really happened?
she's not even
Why
saying-
did we lose the women in the House of Rep and, of course, the Senate? What happened?
Yeah.
Is it the same men suppressing us? Is that the issue?
Will I say men suppressing us?
Because that also affected the appointments of women in different positions
yes,
as well.
List the women that have been in position. Let's see how many of them that can tell us how much programs they have put together to encourage women in politics. Instead, in politics, you see a woman not encouraging the other woman because she's already there. They even want to be few. They're enjoying the fact that they are few. So that when there are things they want to give to the women there, the women will collect, there will be few to share it. So they are not advocating for themselves. We are not speaking for ourselves. And again, like I said, is a tough terrain.
Yeah.
You understand? So until we change our mindset that we're not competitors, but collaborators, that time we'll be able to get there. So it will keep reducing because those who have been there haven't done anything to really encourage the young emerging politicians to stand firm. Instead, they will tell you the bad story, and then they will not tell you how you can be encouraged to get on board and keep going. So it will continue reducing because affirmative action can only function better when it comes to appointments. When it comes to appointment, we can fill in the gap. But when it comes to contest, it is difficult. Because if, for example, let me use my place, Ogu. If Ogu want to vote for me, they will vote for me as a woman. They will vote for me as Ginika, not as a woman. They will not say because I'm a woman they are voting for me. They will vote for me as Ginika, that I'll be able to represent them.
Now that you have
same thing,
mentioned
they will
your
vote for a man.
hometown, Ogo, that is now taking us to leadership at the home front. From our root.
And the
Do you
community
see-
level.
Yes, community level. Do you see more women coming out? Because most political meetings are held dead at night. And a lot of these women are married like yourself. So how do we fight this battle? How do we encourage women to come out more? Because if they come out, definitely that will also attract more appointments. That will attract them winning.
And it will also
Seats.
attract inclusivity.
Yes.
Because as a woman,
more.
if you're coming out for meetings and during the community level, you have a say. You have a lot of contributions. You have tasks to be taken, and
Exactly.
if you're given these tasks, you will when you fulfill your task, at least your contribution is already beginning to be noticed during that particular level.
Yeah, the fact that women are mothers, women are wives, women are sisters.
And daughters.
And daughters. We can't find women in the same equal level of representation
Wow.
as the men in Africa.
Wow.
In Africa.
Wow.
Reason being that, what you just said, somebody who is married, going out by two, everybody cannot be like my husband, Henry. I'm 26 years now in marriage. But because we discussed it, he only asked me, are you done? When are you coming back? I can be out for 2 because, seriously, if you're not going to be made available by that time to move around, that is time when these decisions are
Important
made.
decisions
The
are
reason
taken.
being that during the day, people keep visiting, people keep coming, so they don't have that time to have critical discussions. So it is by that 1 a.m. too that you are there. And the men capitalize on it to make sure that women are not represented. So that's why I said when you join politics and you really want to go into all of, you want to be in government, you need to be available for meetings like that. You need to make yourself available. You need to just wear the garment of a man because those are the people who can move around. And when you don't, create a good relationship for those who carry you along and tell you how it's happening. So, Ben, however you look at it, it can never be equal. But let's have more because we are not even up to, I don't think we're up to 10%
At
as
all.
we speak now.
At all.
So, which is a very bad
You made mention of your husband being understanding, and not every man is
That's why I said
understanding.
everybody cannot be.
Yes. So I think it's important for you to encourage the men to support the women, especially if they see that this woman has a lot to offer.
Do you know how that can happen? These women that are already in position of authority, those people in the House of Rep and the Senate, if they feel they want more women to come in, they can do programs for couples. Bring husband and wife together. Let their own husband, like mine, can speak. Encourage another man. And they can also speak to women, because you see, these are women too. Small money, their head is already sparking like they are now man. It is even when you make money, you should be more submissive and calm to your home. That is it. See,
you just hit the nail on the head.
That is it. So if you allow them, sometimes you come and encourage your husband to speak to others. The woman may not be you. The next thing, she's insulting her husband in public because of one small money, because they have put you there. Do you understand? So this thing is very complicated.
It takes a lot.
Yes.
It takes a lot.
Very.
It takes a lot. So the way forward, where do we go from here? We want to encourage more women to come out, and of course also encourage the government to appoint more women into leadership positions. We will not look at the past. Okay, a woman has found herself, her hands in the red oil.
Just like the men also do. So why should it be a woman?
So why will it be
why
that
should
it
they
is only
judge
the
according
women
to
that are
when
being
the men
talked
are
about?
worse than the women? It's just that women, we are seen as mothers, and we are seen as people who should at least have that level of integrity, where we should not be found where stealing and all of that. You know, we are seen as people they can trust. So it's like we are betraying their trust when we go the wrong way. But that shouldn't be a yardstick for them to say women shouldn't be given appointment. We need more women. We have women, so many women doing great. Okonjo-Iweala is there. Madam Amina is there. So many women are also doing good. I've mentioned very few, even those that they have not even seen. And I see them around working so hard.
We're already saying Ginika.
So, and I'm here. Ginika is here, of course.
All right, you're still watching the Sunday show. I was going to say listening. You're still watching the Sunday show on Africa Independent Television, and we're taking a critical look at women in leadership positions, the challenges and prospects. And in the studio with us is Honorable Dr. Mrs. Ginika Florence Tor, LLB, BLL, and
she's a barrister-in-law.
So many,
we want to say thank you.
So many titles.
So all of us have to go back to school. Yeah. Thank you so much for finding our time. You're busy schedule.
Because see, it's another last word for women. Sometimes you think because you haven't gone to school when you're supposed to, you give up. My parents didn't have money now, so I could do what I could do. I did my diploma as a married woman, and I stopped again. And then finally, at old age, I'm able to go to get my degree in law, did my LLM also, and even did Harvard,
because
Cambridge,
you have a focus.
And PhD through American Management University. So
because
I'm proud
you have
of
a focus, you know where you are headed.
Yeah, so I'm encouraging others. Don't give up. It's never too late to get this education however you want it to impact you. So that's why you must keep writing all of them. If I finish PhD, put PhD there for me. Anything.
All right.
Put it.
Good to know. Good to know.
Thank you so much.
One thing I need to.
McQueen, we have overstretched the time. We just have to let her go.
I am not asking a question.
Okay,
I'm not asking a question. I'm only trying to do a payoff.
Oh, okay.
The truth about it is we had a very robust discussion today. I want you to know that women are nurturers. And of course, women has passion for humanity, and women has support. They have this passion for support for the grassroots. And the only thing we can do as men is to give them that total support. If we notice that a woman has the onions, all we need to do is to get the oil so we can fry the onions. Thank you very much once again for coming.
Whoa! Did you hear
I heard him.
That's a huge romance.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for finding our
Thank
time
you so
to
much.
be with
I
us today.
appreciate you.
We appreciate it.
you.
Okay, stay with us. The program continues in a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Grab your seats and join us on the most fascinating 60-minute infotainment journey, showing on your favorite TV channel, Africa Independent Television, AIT. Analysis on topical national issues, news, sports, and entertainment are on the menu. It's a show you do not want to miss. It is The Sunday Show.
We hope you enjoyed that chat with our guests. Remember, it's still your show, our show, The Sunday Show on AIT. Please don't forget to keep in touch with us through our social media platforms. We sincerely value your engagement and pledge to keep up the good work. And it is our passion to bring you those thought-provoking issues that have the potentials of helping us make informed decisions as individuals and as a society. Up next on our menu is entertainment, otherwise known as Vibes and Sounds, and a bit of sports with the newsmaker.
Hello, you're welcome to the Vibes and Views segment on the Sunday show. It's time to relax. I am Anu Awojobi.
As I stepped into the car, it was the first time in many months that I felt.
Nigerians from various walks of life, in their numbers, Sunday, April 27th, 2025, converged on the Palms Lekki, venue of the much publicized With Chude live talk concert, the first of its kind live talk show from a 40-year-old media personality, storyteller, and writer whose passion to share experiences that have shaped his life and that of millions of great people around the world will not be complete without inspiring not just young people, but even the older ones.
Chude's always supported your view and he's a great guy. Keep the flag flying. Nigeria is, we are progressing. We are progressing. At least even if government doesn't progress, at least the people are progressing.
For Chude, I would say he has been consistent ever since I've known him. He stood for something, a very mature person. I'm surprised he's just 40. He behaves a lot older than 40.
He's somebody that inspires, not just the younger ones, even the older ones.
What Chude is doing is phenomenal. It's not just a Nigerian project. It's impactful across Africa and across the world. And I think that Africa's time has come for leaders to express the unique storylines that we have, and that's what Chude has been doing so powerfully.
It's very important to understand that when you have a friend and you see the friend growing, I was one of the first, maybe 5 guests on the show with Chude, first 5 when he just started. Seeing it that it has grown to a point where we're having an open talk show, it's brilliant and it's very beautiful.
Chude brings me all of the amazing people he has as panelists bring me, and I think it will just be a lovely afternoon and very insightful, so I just want to soak it all in.
Knowledge is power, knowledge is the new wealth. So yeah, Chude is doing great things and his conversations are very enlightening.
Chude Jidanwa brought together the creme de la creme in the arts, media, entertainment, and religious circles to share their unique stories with a live audience, breaking the norm from his regular online talk show.
Money don't feel this emptiness, but I want all the money in the world.
With Chude Live, saw prominent personalities such as Chimamanda Adichie, Kiki, Bovi, Funke Akindele, Taoma, Pastor Jerry Eze, Tenny the Entertainer, Moses Bliss, Falz the Bad Guy, Awal Awal, among others, engage in open conversations with the audience.
Chude is a great guy, he's been doing a great job, and I like Chude. So when he asked me, it was a no-brainer for me. I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to do this. And as you can see, the turnout is massive. People are happy, people are learning. And I really hope he does this again.
It's beautiful. We are pushing it and we're praying to God to make it bigger than this. Yeah.
We are here for great conversations, topics around career, work, industry, everything around that.
I'm very excited. Chude is a lovely, lovely person, so I'm very happy to be here for him.
Chude interviewing a lot of celebrities, we sharing our stories, our pains, our wins, inspires people. It heals people. There are lots of people going through a lot out there. When they listen to us talk, what we go through as human beings, they can relate. So Chude interviewing a lot of celebrities, personalities, is more like touching lives.
Indeed, with Chude Live was an unforgettable day for the body, soul, and spirit of the audience, panelists, and guests. And that's my package for you on the Vibes and Views segment on the Sunday show. My name is Anu Awojobi. Many thanks for watching.
Hello and welcome to Sports on the Sunday Show. I am Lai Mara. In today's episode, focus will be on the major stories which made headlines locally and on the international scene during the week, from football to volleyball and of course swimming. Now let's kick off with swimming. Nigeria's prodigy Abdul Jabbar Adama is making headlines at the 16th African Swimming Championship holding in Egypt. Adama charted 2 African records to claim gold on the 50 meters butterfly and freestyle events at the championship. He first made the headlines by setting a new African record in the 50 meters butterfly event, where he clinched the gold medal in the final with a remarkable time of 23.89 seconds. However, Adama could not repeat the same performance in the 100 meters event, finishing third with a time of 54.79 seconds. Egypt's Zain Amdi took the gold medal in 54.66 seconds, while South Africa's Ty Pearson secured the silver. However, the 16-year-old Abdul Jabbar Adama repeated the feat in the 50 meters freestyle, clocking an impressive time of 22.54 seconds. The performance destroyed the previous record of 22.65 seconds, earning him the gold medal in the event. Adama's outstanding performance brings Nigeria's medal tally at the championship to 3, 2 gold and 1 bronze, all courtesy of its individual efforts. And in volleyball, it's a carnival atmosphere at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium as the 2025 FCT Volleyball Challenge tag, the Minister of FCT Volleyball Cup, officially served off on the stadium's outdoor court.
Call it a carnival of volleyball and you would not be wrong. 53 teams have stormed the outdoor courts of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja, all competing for glory in the prestigious tournament. Beyond the intense on-court battles, the event is also a celebration of unity and sportsmanship as players reconnect with old teammates, now rivals, in an atmosphere of camaraderie. The headline match of the day delivered on all expectations. Games Village Volleyball Club faced off against Jabi Elite in a thrilling encounter that had fans on the edge of their seats. The match went down to the wire, with Games Village clinching a 2-1 victory in a dramatic tie-break, winning 25-22, 23-25 and 19-17. With a boisterous crowd of loyal supporters chanting and dancing throughout, the energy was electric and it made the difference.
I wouldn't say it was easy, but the best team won. Yeah, and our opponents were they put up a fight. Also a good team. We've played quite a lot of friendlies with them, and it's always like this. There's always this rivalry, but we love them and they love us. We're just not far from each other. Games Village, Jabi, Elite, Scott, why not? Yeah, they are good people. Well, if you know Games Village Volleyball Club, these guys are the life of the party, anytime, any day. Our members always show up anytime, any club function, they are always there. Trust me, they always bring the energy. And they have this very competitive spirit, and also they are loving people. They are very welcoming, hospitable, and this is what we always do.
From the very beginning, the core objective of the FCT Volleyball Challenge remains unchanged: to discover and nurture fresh talent and to grow the games of volleyball across the territory.
There are young talents, there are new discoveries. Even though this is the first day, I believe we are still going to see more. But we are already beginning to identify the talents, like we said, whom we are going to groom, of course, to be fit enough and capable to play for the FCT, not only for the FCT, they will be called also to the national team, to any of the national team sides to represent the country.
Opening day results reflect the intensity of the competition. Light Spikers defeated Apple Fitness Club 2 sets to love, 25-17, 25-23, while Tora Academy also picked up straight sets win over Clinton Spikers.
As a matter of fact, this is volleyball, and once the nets separate you, there is no longer friendship. They play the first set with all their mind, they play volleyball, won it comfortably. Second set, they came in and start entertaining friendship. And so on the third set, I have to tell them they either win it or lose it. So they have to play in their best to pick the set.
I believe this time around, by the grace of God, there are a lot of young guys that is participating on this tournament. So I believe if our coaches and referees can pay attention, from there they can pick the best player out of the whole team that can at least represent Nigeria in future.
Life Camp Volleyball Club edged Triple F Volleyball Club 2-1 in a closely contested clash, and Thriller Volleyball Club dominated Star Spikers 2-0. For the women, GSK East passed Victory Spikers with the commanding straight sets win, while the match between Legend and Rock Stars delivered fireworks, Legend coming from behind to win 2-1.
Though it was hard though, but because of maybe we sat down and we did not strategize, but we strategized and we came back victorious. Expectation is winning, victory all the way.
With such fierce contest already on display, this year's FTC Volleyball Challenge promises even more drama, skill, and rising stars in the days to come.
The tournament ends today at the Indoor Sports Hall of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium. And in football, Nigeria's Flying Eagles edged out Tunisia with a narrow 1-0 victory at the June 30 Stadium in Cairo in the ongoing 2025 African Under-20 Nations Cup. Awal Ibrahim scored the lone goal of the match in the 38th minute, giving Nigeria the lead going into half-time. Despite spirited efforts from both sides, the scoreline remained unchanged until the final whistle. The Flying Eagles will next face Morocco today by 5 p.m. Away from the African Under-20 Nations Cup, with the football season in Europe gradually winding down, the quest for glory in the UEFA Champions League is now more intense than ever. First leg semi-finals provided shocking results, contrary to many bookmakers' predictions. Barcelona came from behind twice against Inter Milan to snatch a draw in a 6-goal first-leg thriller. Inter stunned host Barca after just 30 seconds when Marcus Thuram turned in Denzel Dumfries' low cross with an audacious backheel flick to score the fastest goal in the last 4 games in the competition's history. Yamal was at the heart of everything Barca did, also hitting the woodwork twice, but marks his 100th appearance for the club with a 22nd goal to add to his 33 assists at the age of just 17. Ferran Torres captured off an entrailing first half with a 38-minute equalizer for the hosts, stabbing home from close range after Rafinha headed down Pedri's crossfield ball. The breathless affair leaves the tie in the balance with the second leg on Tuesday at the San Siro Stadium. Earlier on Tuesday, Paris Saint-Germain secured a 1-0 victory against Arsenal, and Ousmane Dembele's 4-minute goal made the difference, giving the French champions advantage going into the second leg at the Fortress in France. Right up before we go, congratulations to the champions already. Remo Stars have emerged the champions of the 2024-2025 Nigerian Premier League just as Liverpool clinched the EPL title. Congratulations to both teams. That's sports. Many thanks for watching. I am Lai Lawal.
And public engagement by providing direct insights into the policies, initiatives, and reforms shaping the ministry's objectives. The Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Chuga, indeed a seasoned diplomat, deserves commendation for his commitment to promoting Nigeria's image on the global stage through proactive diplomacy, strategic international engagements, and a clear articulation of Nigeria's foreign policy objectives. Similarly, the Honorable Minister of Interior, Dr. Tunji Ojo, has brought remarkable innovation towards repositioning the ministry in line with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Under his leadership, the ministry has undergone transformative changes that have significantly enhanced the ease and efficiency with which Nigerians engage with and access its services. Since the launch of the 2025 series of ministerial press briefing, 7 of my colleagues, honorable ministers, have taken the stage to present their scorecards to Nigerians. Let me re-emphasize that each minister will have the opportunity to engage directly with Nigerians during this forum, leading up to the 2025 Democracy Day celebrations. This initiative, being driven by the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation, highlights the government's commitment to accountability. It equally serves as a platform to keep Nigerians informed about the ongoing policies and programs of the Tinubu administration to foster active citizens' engagement in the nation's governance process. I hereby take the liberty to reaffirm the commitment of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration to upholding press freedom and creating a conducive environment for the media to practice in this country. This administration believes that a free and responsible press is essential for good governance, transparency, and national development. Let me emphasize that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as a foremost Democrat, is fully committed to protecting the constitutionally guaranteed rights of all Nigerians, and also encourages constructive criticism and healthy opposition because of their essential role in reinforcing and deepening our democratic framework.
That is the size of our package today. We thank you so much for being a part of it. And we urge you to still keep a date with us this time, same time next week for yet another interesting package. On behalf of the entire team, we say thank you for being a part of the show. My name once again is Obi Ajuru. And
my name is McQueen Joseph, and I'd like to say have a wonderful week ahead and be a good Nigerian.
Be that which you want to see. God bless Nigeria. Bye-bye now.
Amen.